Okay, we'll start the interview. Okay. So, could you please introduce yourself? My name is Prakash, and please introduce yourself and your experience and your technical skills.
Yeah, I'm Bhargavi. I have total 3 years of experience in React. So coming to my skills, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and React. So I'm recently worked on GL, JSCCM project. So it is like this project is regarding that when a worker is in the work location, so they can manager can go to all the locations, right? So a worker take the photo and send it to manager. So if that picture is good and also he give the approval. So if it is not good, then he again given to the retake to the worker. So this is the project recently I worked on that. So coming to my roles and responsibilities, my role is UI developer role, and my responsibilities is I need to design as per Figma and following agile methodologies, Scrum meetings. And these are all my roles and responsibilities.
So, what is your total experience?
Three years, 2.2 years of experience.
So, relevant experience in React.
In that 3 years.
So, do you have experience in HTML, CSS, JavaScript, jQuery, and
Yes,
React?
yes, I have experience.
So, do you have any experience of writing the test unit test cases in React?
Yes, I have idea on the interest.
So, you are following the agile methodology in your experience.
Yes, we are following the agile methods.
What is the sprint duration time?
It's a 2 weeks.
Okay. So do you know about all the about Git commands, all those things?
Oh, yes.
Okay. So what is your previous project?
GLJ system implementation.
So could you elaborate your project? What's the project? What type of work you did in that project?
Okay.
And
So,
can just elaborate what is your project and what is the client and so what type of experience you have in the project? What type of roles and responsible in the project?
so in this project, actually, so in the like backend give the APIs, right? So we are taking that APIs related to that work locations. So they are giving me some images. So in front end, we are importing that in APIs. So we are doing the using the Redux. So we are calling that APIs and we are showing that data. So if the user is login that one, so he will be going to that web page. So otherwise, if he is not login, so he will go to the login page. So if the user is login, he go to the products page. So in that, so he shown that pictures. If that pictures like related to some flowers or some machines, so if the pictures are seen clearly, so then he will give the approval like some managers or give the approval. So if it is not good, so again he will given to retake to the employee, like worker. So again he take the new picture and he is sent to that manager.
Okay, okay. So you have experience with HTML, CSS, JavaScript also, right?
Yes.
So okay, first let me ask some technical questions in JavaScript. Okay.
Okay.
So what is the difference between the null and undefined?
So null is an object and undefined is a type. So a null, if you assign a value in null, uh, it's not taken. But if you assign a value to undefined, so we are getting like undefined. Nothing will show.
So so when will you get the undefined? So what is
I
the
mean,
exact
if you
difference?
assign some, yeah, if you assign some value, right? So like by using this undefined, so we are getting the undefined.
What is the hosting concept?
like in hoisting, all the variable declarations and functional declarations move to the top of the files. That's why if you assign a value before declaration, also it will work. We are using the var for the hosting concept. The latent also is hosted, but these values are not initialized. They are stay in the temporal jet zone from the starting of the phase. So when they are reached to the declaration. Uh, that's why if latent constants are declared but uninitialized.
So is the hosting is apply for the latent constant also?
Yeah, it is applied, but the values are it's like in not initialized.
So what is difference between the let var and constant?
Okay. Latent constants are introduced in EXS features. So if we declare a variable with let inside the block, we can't use that variable outside the block because let is related to that block only. So coming to a var, so if we declare a variable with var inside the block, we can use that variable outside the block also. At the same time, outside the variable, we can use inside the block also. So var is a global scope. So if we declare a variable with constant, we can't change that value throughout the program. So these are the main differences.
What are the closures?
Closures, closures are like inner functions of function which has access to the outer function variables. These are mainly used for the data privacy concept. Like for example, we have one person object. So I want to scroll the person information like that. So if you want to get the person name in a separate functions, so closures are agreed to accept and some type of incremental functions we are using the closures.
What is different between a spread operator and rest operator?
Spread operator is used to create the new array and resetting when matching the array. We are using the spread operator. Rest operator, if you want to call the n number of a causative functions, then we use the split rest operator.
So what is different between the call, bind and apply functions?
Okay. For example, we have a function. So if we want to apply function as an object, by passing function arguments as a comma separator, then we use the call method. And like if you want to call a function by passing function arguments as an array, then we use the apply method. So bind returns a function, so we can use any number of an arguments arrays in that. That is the bind.
Okay. What is the destruction? What is the array destruction?
Okay. We have to convert the array elements into separate individual variables. Then we use the array restrictions.
Okay. So what is the normal function? What is the arrow function?
Okay. And the arrow functions are introduced in EXX features. The main difference between arrow function and normal function, the short form of a normal function is an arrow function. It represents like parenthesis, arrow, and curly brackets. So the main difference is if we use this keyword in the normal function, it represents the window object, not the current related object. So if we use this keyword in the arrow function, it represents the current object. This is the main difference.
So what is the use of this keyword?
What?
What is the use of this keyword?
This keyword. Um, this keyword we are using for the binding terms. The arrow functions we are using this keyword to bind the functions.
What is different between the shallow copy and deep copy?
Shallow copy we are used for the flat objects, and deep copy we are used for the nested objects.
So how to
I mean,
how to
like a shallow copy, it creates the copy, and it mean like where the copy and source variables both are same. That means modifications made in one place, it also reflect the other places. But whereas in the deep copy, if they do any changes in one place, it does not affect the other places. Only in the nested objects, it's works.
so how to achieve the deep copy? How to do a shallow copy? How to do deep
By
copy?
like HU the copy we are using the JSON dot parse like that JSON that string file like that we can use the deep copy. For
Shallow copy.
shallow copy we use this spread operator.
What is the promise?
I mean promise is like asynchronous operations to consume the data from others. I'm getting the data. I have like two component files like resolve and reject. I am getting the data successfully. Then we can call the resolve method. Otherwise, we can call the reject method.
What is async and await?
Promise is like asynchronous asynchronous operand to make it synchronous we are using the async and await. So before the promise we are using the async, in the return value we write the await, and this is the promise synchronous operation.
Okay. Can you share your screen? Okay. Before that, I okay. In chat, I ping something. What is the output for that one?
Type of X is like undefined.
Console log of x.
It's also undefined. Like we are declare the variable, but we are not assign any value to it.
Okay. What is the output for this one?
It's undefined. It's equal to 10.
Undefined. What is the output?
Second, first x equal to 10. After that, x equal to it's like a 5. It's a 5. Answer is 5. X.
What is the output for this one?
It's a referencer. It's a I think referencer.
For this one,
It's a 10. No, no, it's a 5. For last one, it's a 5.
for this one,
1, 2, 3, 4.
what is output for this one?
4.
This one,
2. Hello.
this one,
2 and 2.
what is output?
2 and 2. Both are 2.
This is not and it's star mark.
It's a number.
What is output for this one?
1, 2, 2. We are getting the 2. 22.
Okay, say go to open JS with it.
Okay.
Show me JS with it. Okay. I want swap two variables. Don't use any other tar variable. Without using the tar variable, I want to swap two variables. So how to do?
Without using it,
Any other variable.
you can give me any examples for that.
For example, where x equal to 3, where y is equal to 10. Now I want to make x value 10, y value 3. Hmm. Come. Okay. Write one for loop. Any for loop.
12 you are giving.
1 to 10. I'm saying 1 to 10. In that for loop, write set time out and console line.
Set time out,
Mm.
control.
Mm. 500, 500,000.
What? Two
1,000
seconds.
means no array. It's not the array. Just 1,000.
Yes.
No, no params is just 1,000. Number 1,000. Set time mode is the array function. In the set time mode, write the array function first.
Inside the right.
Inside the thought, add the arrow function. You know how to write the set time mode?
What?
You know how to write the set time mode? Set in the set
Yes.
time mode function, write the arrow function.
Yeah. Yeah, I will return the arrow.
Arrow
Yeah.
function.
Okay, okay. Sorry. Yeah, ready.
What is output? Tell me. Before print,
Yeah.
tell me what is output. Don't run. What? Tell me what is output.
After the 10 seconds of time, the for loop will be executed.
Tell me what is
It's
output.
like
What it will print.
uh, 10, 10, 10 will come in 9 times.
Okay, run. Okay. Here instead of the where use the I. Instead of the where
Where?
use the let. Instead of the where use the let. Now what is now? Tell me what is output.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Run. Why? What is difference? Why before 10 10? Why if you use the why we get 10 10? If you use the let why we get that one?
So for var, so after the completion of var function, uh, so let creates the fresh iteration for every loop, but var it's not create the fresh iteration on the every iteration.
create a function, I want a function to reverse the string.
Reverse. Yeah, it's over. Hello.
Okay, there.
Ah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's complete.
Okay. Um, for example, I have a numbers array. Okay, take one array.
Um,
Repeat the numbers. For example, 2, 5, 6, 2, 2, 12, 17, 5, 13, 6, 1, 190.
190.
Okay. Now I want to int as an object each number how many times repeated.
Okay. Yeah, it's one will be the three times.
Okay. So in the same array, I want to the print the second highest number. What you will do? I want to print the second highest number. There is a function in separate task. In the same array, I want to print the second highest number.
Yes, 17 is the second large. 17 is the most large. Yeah, in the dreams.
Hmm.
Yeah, 17 is the second large.
Okay. Now write a function, write a promise, and you show me how to write a promise and give an example.
What? Promise.
Promise. Promise.
Promise, right?
Yeah. Give an example of promise.
For promise. Yes.
Okay, let me go to the React questions. Okay, so what is the React? Hello,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, React is like it's a like a library. React is like a library. So here in the HTML view and uh,
what is single page application?
what is
Single page application.
single page application like a single page applications only first time the page will load, next time onwards component user interfaces will render on the whole page. I mean like we have a multiple components that but that particular view part is rendering, so that's why the single page applications are very fast.
So React we can use for single page or multi page.
React is a single page application.
So what is difference between Angular and React?
Angular is a front-end framework and React is a library. So in Angular, HTML view and logic both are in different places, but in the React HTML view and that coding both are in the same places.
So
In Angular, we are using the two-way data binding and real-time. So in React, we are using one-way data binding like virtual DOM.
what is virtual domain? Virtual DOM.
So in React, we have a real M. So take the copy of a real M and put in a memory. That is the virtual DOM. If any changes are happen, again new virtual DOM is created. Then we can check the previous virtual DOM and update the virtual DOM. Differences: what changes are updated? Only the changes are applied in the real M. So this is a reconstruction process.
What is the state in React?
What is the
What is the state in React?
state? Okay. Like use state, right?
Yeah, what is use state?
Um, if the component level matches the data, so the data with the component level that is the state. So in React we are using the state loop. By using this loop, we can create the state data. By using the set state, we can update the state values.
What are the props in React?
If you want to pass the data from parent to child, we are using the props. We can pass the data from one component to other component. We are using the props.
So we can change the props data.
No, we can't change the props.
What is the props drilling concept?
Props?
Drilling.
Really, okay. For example, we have a four components A, B, C, and D. So we can't pass directly. We can't pass data directly to A to D. We can pass A to B, B to C, C to D. This is the props drilling concept.
So if you want to pass the data between two components, instead of using the props drilling, what are the other ways?
Using use context of Redux. Okay.
What is the difference between user context and Redux?
What is the differences, right?
Yeah.
The use context is a built-in library, but Redux we are using the like, external library. So to share the data to a small applications, we are using the context API. But to share the data to a large applications, we are using the Redux. So In context API, we have in the context providers. Um, and context functionalities like that. But in the Redux, we are using the reducer states, actions, and all. So by using the context, we can reduce the prop stealing issue, and also real time examples. We are using the language change, theme changes. We are using the context API, but in Redux, we are using the e-commerce applications like API changes. These are the differences.
What are pure component and impure components?
What are
Pure components and impure components.
pure
Pure
components?
components and impure components.
Reducer is a pure component. Okay, a pure component. So to improve our app's performances, we usually pure component. So in class-based component, we have a should component update is there. So by using this work, we can compare the previous props and current props. So
What is
what
my
is
question? What is my question?
pure component
What is
and
the pure
impure
component? What is
component?
the impure components?
A reducer is a pure component, and I don't know the impure component.
Just check. Okay. Did you work on class components also?
And no, I work on functional components.
So, do you know what are the component life cycle in React?
Component based.
Life cycle methods in React.
Yes. Yeah, like component lifecycle methods like mounting, updating, and unmounting, like three ways. So in mounting stage, we have a component will mount, constructor, render, get state from props. These are all comes under mounting stage. In unmounting stage, we have a component will unmount. In updating stage, we have a component will update. These are all lifecycle methods.
So we can achieve the component lifecycle methods in the function classes, function components.
In functional components. So by using the useEffect hook, we will achieve that lifecycle methods and functional components.
So can you explain about the use effect hook?
So, the main advantage of using the useEffect hook, if you want to achieve the lifecycle methods and functional components, we are using the useEffect hook. So if you want to initialize some value for first time rendering, then we use the useEffect hook. And if we give the empty array as an argument, if we not give the empty array for every change, it will be called. So if you want to do the some changes based on the components, then we will give the dependency as a second document.
What are higher order components?
Higher order components. So HOC is the higher order component. So if you want to pass the component as a props to another component, that is the higher order component. So for example, we have a post and comment section. So in the post section, I want the comment wrapper also. Then we can pass the comment component property to a post component. So post component is the higher order component. Okay. Like useMemo is used to memorize the expensive function so that we can embed the column number and everything like that. So, for example, we have a function. In that function, we have a counter. For every minute, the counter was increased. The component is also rendered. So, in this component, again, I will put under child component. So, for every counter increment, the child component is also rendered again and again. So I don't want to render the child components. And then I memorize the child component using the use memo. This is the use of use memo. So when in the use callback is also used for the expensive function so that it is created only once and it is not recreated on every render. And this can be beneficial passing the functions as a prop state child components. So it can be optimizes the performances of the components. That is the use callback.
So you know Redux, right? So can you explain Redux concepts? What are the topics in the Redux?
So in Redux, like our application has large data, so all the data of applications we are maintaining in a store, that is the Redux. The data is stored in a state object fragments. Then we can subscribe the data from component to store by using some connection method to give the connection to the component to a store and then get subscribe the data. So if we want to update the data in a store, we come to directly. So if we want to update the data, delete the data, create the data in a store, we need to dispatch some action based on action type and payload. So reducer will take that action based on that action type and action payload so that we can update the data, create the data, delete the data in a store. This is the flow of a Redux.
Did you work on middlewares?
What?
Middleware concept in any middleware concept in React in Redux?
Middleware, right?
Hmm.
We are using the Thunk and the Swag.
So you have experience Swag and Tank both.
Mostly I'm working on Thunk.
Okay. Open any React code box, code sandbox.
Codes and
This is a reminder. Sessions mixing. This is a reminder. Sessions mixing.
Okay. Now I want a button. Okay. Okay. So when I click the button,
here
counter.
I can't do anything change. I mean,
You can sign in. You can sign in.
sign to fork and
You can
edit the
sign in. Yes.
sandbox.
Yes. Right side to sign in also. Okay. Okay. The requirement now you have button. Okay. When click the button,
Okay.
counter button, the timer will start like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It will start. It show the counter.
Okay.
When when it's gonna stop, when it will hit the 15, again the counter will start from the 1. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, it's done now. It's increasing when we click on the plus button. When I click on the minus button, so it should be decreasing.
Not,
Hello?
no, no, it will automatically increase. You don't click again and again. It must be automatically increasing. You don't click the
What?
again and again. When you click the start, don't click the again and again. When you click the button, start button, it will start counter 1, 2, 3 like that. You understand requirement?
I mean, we don't use
Set a
this
timer.
button.
No, everything you don't need to click the button. Only one time click the start button. The button start. When you click the start, the numbers will start it 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. Like a timer. You know timer, right?
Yeah. Um, I don't have much idea on the timer. I need to check. Uh,
For example, there is a start button. Okay, click the start button. You see the numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7 will increase it. When you click the stop button, the counter it will stop. You understand requirement?
yeah, I understand the requirement, but in the timers, I don't have that much idea.
Okay, I will give one more task. Meanwhile, you can try.
Which one?
Okay, do one thing. Meanwhile, create a component and one child component. Okay,
Create one new component.
one component. In that component, call one child component.
But not object related to expect your company from what she is.
Okay, sorry, chart पर चले go chart window. Go to chart window.
Chart.
So there is an API call. Okay. So this API call returning the products information, product title, price, and category. Okay. So you want to call this API and need to show in the table format. Okay. So
is a reminder.
ఆ సీన్
Meeting.
యాక్చువల్లీ ఆ సీన్ ఆ బాబు స్టాట్యూ సీను 15
This is
రోజులు
a
సినిమా
reminder.
రిలీజ్ అయ్యే ముందు
Meeting.
మన ప్రభాస్ మెసేజ్ తీసుకొని చేస్తుంది 15 రోజుల ముందు నువ్వు ఏం చేస్తావు తర్వాత అనుష్క పిల్ల పిల్ల ఉంది ఆ పిల్లని తీసుకొచ్చి ఇతన్ని మనం అమ్మాయి
Yeah, I will display title, price, and description. Are you able to see my screen? Hello.
yeah. You will getting any error?
No.
Okay. Let's have some questions in HTML and CSS. Okay.
Okay.
What is the flex? Display flex property in CSS.
If you want to align any element horizontally, vertically, then we use the flex property. Display flex mode.
What is the display non-visible to hidden? Difference between display non-visible to hidden.
Display none is used to hide the HTML elements, so visible then is also used to hide the HTML. But the main difference is, if you use the display none, the element and the space occupied the element both are hide. But in the visibility hidden, the space is hide, but the element is hide. The space occupied the element is not hide. This is the main difference.
Okay. Done from our end. Any questions?
Yeah, what is the feedback on this?
Yeah, we'll give feedback. HR will get back to you on it. Okay.
Okay.